There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left. That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
Man, I was a born expert on God and life. That's what everyone tells me. I help people.
Who tells you that, man?
I'm one of those life coaches.
Life coach?
I'm a life coach.
For who?
Get in there and scrimmage it up. Oh, yeah. Get to know the plays. I'm a life coach.
I have no idea what you're saying.
Do your lunges. I'm a life coach.
I love lunges. They always remind me that I have balls. You know, a good lunge really can stretch out the testicles.
Yeah. You know what reminds me I have balls? My penis.
Yeah? It talks to you every day?
No, I wish it did. I need some guidance. I need a life coach.
I will be your life coach. And ladies and gentlemen, we are your life coach here at the last podcast on the left. Welcome to the spookiest, the ookiest, the greatest podcast ever to exist. With Marcus Parks, I'm Ben Kissel, and with us as always, the one and only.
You know, this is just me, Henry
Don't
Zabrowski.
go weak.
This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing now. No, I'm
Henry? No, who are you, Henry?
I'm Henry Zabrowski Unplugged. This is it.
No, I don't like Unplugged.
I'm acoustic.
Unplugged.
I'm acoustic.
Nope. Who are you, Henry? Where are you from, dude? You fucking know karate. You fucking know. I'm a big fucking motherfucker trying to eat all the children. I'll eat your corn. Do you have some shrimp? I'll eat your shrimp.
All right.
Oh, was this a market? I'm going to squash the market.
You know who I am?
Who are you?
You know who I am?
Who are you?
Rosh Hashanah, Henry Zabrowski.
Rosh Hashanah. And happy Rosh
Thousands
Hashanah.
of years we live in traditions and rolling the dice. Everyone spinning the dreidel and laughing. I am so Jewish. I've got a big hat.
Yeah! I love that song.
That's a good song.
That's a great song.
Rosh Hashanah.
Rosh Hashanah.
Comes once a year, Rosh Hashanah. Leave your shoes at the door. Santa will put his gifts in your shoes. It's Rosh
That's just by the
Hashanah.
house. That's not necessarily a tradition.
You know who you are?
Who?
Hebrew, Henry Zabrowski.
Hebrew.
Oinky badoink. That is all. That's my Hebrew stuff.
No, it was perfect. I got it.
That's all my Hebrew material. I got a good 25 new minutes on just Hebrews.
Oh my goodness! All right, so today we're talking about this combustion situation.
So this is it's absolutely remarkable. We don't normally
I'm
talk
sweating
about
through my tie.
It's still suit. Ben Kissel is wearing a fucking full suit in the studio today for some reason, and
Confidence.
I just see the heat is coming off of you. You're literally sweating through your shirt, through your tie.
Through my tie. No one
That is
sweats through
disgusting.
their. It's gross. Yeah.
It's like 85 degrees outside.
You smell
Hey,
like a
fun.
pizza.
You know,
not
the
like a
humidity-
bad pizza.
You know, the humidity's like 95% today.
All right. Well, it's
I'm
not a weather
glistening.
show.
I'm covered in Vaseline. And I ran out of powder.
All right.
I ran out of
So
goddamn powder, so I am moist, like all you normal fucking idiots.
All right,
I'm
Henry.
not covered in powder like I normally am, like a good, smart Boy Scout. Always prepared.
Jesus Christ. Fat men go through the exact same thing to get ready as fucking fat women. It just takes you a lot longer before you can present yourself to the outside world.
Absolutely, because I have to cinch myself up and cover myself in various sweet-smelling powders. I'm like how Mozart would get ready in the morning. That's how I get ready. I put on my wig. I put on my corset.
Good.
I cover myself in powders. I raped my servants, and then I write beautiful songs.
And then you go to bed cursing Moliere.
Rosh Hashanah comes only once a year. Put your pumpkin on the stoop. Carve it with a Jewish face.
Oh, interesting. Wow.
Okay.
Well, So anyway, there's somebody. Okay, so we're talking about internal combustion, which
Spontaneous combustion.
Spontaneous human combustion.
A spontaneous internal combustion.
Human.
But there is the first time in something like 20 years is an actual reported case of spontaneous human combustion. It happened in Ireland about 3 or 4 days ago. This is one of the first times we ever really cover human events on this show.
So explain what this is.
And, well, it's what it is. It's like somebody burst into flames. A guy named Michael Flaherty. from Ireland. His name is Faherty. It's
Faherty.
Faherty, which is Faherty.
Oh.
It sounds like a stick you can beat your children with.
Yeah.
You got to fetch me my Faherty, and I'll show you who will be taking me potatoes. Welcome to Ireland. Welcome to Ireland. I wear wooden shoes.
That's a good point.
Is that who wears the wooden shoes?
Oh, that would be the Dutch.
Oh,
The Dutch
smoking weed with the Dutch.
So this fella, he's just hanging out at a bar, a saloon,
No.
a
No.
tavern, a church.
At home.
There is
At
a
home.
There has been about like actual over the recorded human history. There's been like 16 actual cases of spontaneous human combustion that people are allowed to like say this was spontaneous human combustion. He was alone in his house. He's 76 years old. When they found his body, his remains were just absolutely just charred. He looked like he was set on fire. There was no fire damage except for a small radius around his body and on the ceiling above him. There was no record of fire at the building. The rest of the building was fine. A fire started inside of his body, and he just burst into flames.
Do you think it was love? Like he was just like he met a gal and he just like had it inside of him and then the love killed him, or how does it? What?
Well, here's some interesting.
I hope so.
Here are some interesting facts about spontaneous human combustion. Is that most of the time it happens whenever the person is alone.
Yes, which is strange.
It's very strange.
And you're saying like because it's like a lonely. Like you were saying something was like people who are like lonely, like who have not been around people in a long time.
Yeah.
Like this like weird like because his wife had died. They were talking about he's been living alone for something like 20 years.
That's a nightmare, man.
Yeah. That's how you're going to
I just
die.
feel like it looks exactly the same way as one of the villains that died in the original Batman, the 1989, when the Joker went up to him and shook his hand with with the electric buzzer.
He seems a little hot under the collar.
Which is, first of all, Joker, always punny and amazing. Second of all, that's it.
Second fact about spontaneous human combustion, all of the reported cases, at least that I saw in my research, were all either in the United States or Western Europe.
It's like
see
a
you
white
doing this research. I feel like you're thumbing through like the catacombs and you're just like
with his like diamond glass on, like looking through. It's like, Mom, a wood carving.
The first recorded instance of spontaneous human combustion was in the 15th century.
And what happened there? Also alone?
Well, they also believe that you could like let out a gallon worth of blood and you could stop the plagues happen. They also believe that that all crazy people had spirits in their head.
Yeah, they might.
I mean, they do.
We don't know.
Totally.
But this is the most the last recorded case of spontaneous human combustion was in 1992 in America, and they don't know what causes it. They know it's a phenomenon. There's and the range of shit that can quote unquote cause spontaneous human combustion is kind of insane. It's like one is, I mean, of course, it's like ghosts. That's one thing you could say. A demon did it, which is a way to just kind of like.
No, I'm not buying. I'll be the skeptic here. I'm not buying a demon.
I mean, it's just
Tell
not
me
true.
on number two.
And then there was, they're saying it started from outside sources where it's like a cigarette ash or like something can happen, and that subcutaneous fat can hold.
Whoa! What kind of
methane.
fat?
Yeah, you're like there's the stuff that's like right under your skin can hold methane, and they're saying that there's like something about like if you like fall asleep with like a cigarette in your hand, and then like it can set fire to your fat.
It splits open the skin. They call it the wick effect. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it splits open the skin, and the subcutaneous fat is ignited by a cigarette, and also a lot of the cases happen near fireplaces or chimneys.
Yeah,
and this case, he was near
his
a fireplace.
head was in the fireplace.
Oh, he's huffing on the fumes.
That's what's weird. Is that his head was in the goddamn fireplace.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't read that detail.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it was just weird.
So he burnt.
No, there was no fire in the fireplace.
Well, there was.
It was like he got set on fire, and he's like, "Where do fires go?
Yeah.
Fires better go in the fucking fireplace."
I guess it saves the cremation process a bit of time.
Oh, hey, Michael Faherty, and if I'm burning up, I've got to make sure I'm in there with the logs.
He's polite. He's burning alive from the inside, but he's polite.
And the the fire always starts in the torso and spreads out. So most of the time, the only things that they find that aren't charred and burnt completely are like hands and feet. So imagine just like a skeleton, like a burnt corpse, who just the only things that they have are just their hands and their feet.
I see it too many times.
It's kind of fun, though, at the same time. I'd kind of like to see it.
I just want to shake his hand and be like, why haven't you been at work lately?
And another thing they also said, and the other thing they say is ball lightning.
Yeah.
Ball lightning?
Lightning can occur in orbs.
Really?
And they literally ball lightning will just come through a window of somebody's house and set them on fire. Which to me is like the most random shitty thing that can happen to a human being.
I feel like it's just like God playing craps.
Yeah, it's just close your window. If you're getting chased by ball lightning, you're just not getting that promotion.
You just deserve to die.
You just
if
have
a ball
bad
of lightning
luck.
kills you, yeah, you're done.
Darlene's not going to be with you.
Darlene died 20 years ago.
Darlene
She's never
is
coming back.
Yeah, no, and you throw the pictures out.
Throw them away.
Stop looking at her
Find
Facebook
a new
page.
gal. Lose some weight.
Yeah.
Get better with yourself.
Escape from the ball lightning that's following you everywhere you go.
Come to America. Open up a deli.
Yeah, just get out of Ireland.
Please,
Old Michael Faherty, if only I could have bought you a ticket to America.
Okay, is that like Miss Cleo?
I don't know what that is.
That was an interesting one.
All of your accents always turn into Jamaican accents.
My name is Michael Faherty. Bumbleclot. That's all I know how to do.
And that's the fourth cause of internal combustion, or fucking human combustion.
Yeah.
One of the only actual witnesses there are to something that they think could have turned into spontaneous human combustion, something like it, is there was a little girl in England in the 70s or 80s, and her mother witnessed
That
this.
story is really fun.
I love that story. Yeah, her mother, they were walking up the driveway, and all of a sudden these blue lights starting appearing beneath the little girl's feet, like these blue flames, like methane.
Yeah.
Like the type of flame that you get whenever you light methane.
Yeah.
And so the woman grabbed the kid and pulled her shoes off, brought her into the house and threw her into a tub of water, and she didn't explode, but still it's these big huge flames,
Like
that
the
fun?
burner, the blue flames of a burner,
like a pilot light. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa!
And they also say something about right before your body
so
bursts
you can
into
stop
flames.
it. I mean, I feel like
No, but that's what they said. Is that you actually they say you go into a trance.
Yeah.
That you freeze up and that your body kind of shuts down, and then so you don't know you're bursting into flames.
Yeah.
It's you essentially kind of shut down.
I will
and then
say
you
the
burst into
body
flames.
does a very nice job from death.
Well, that's where
all these near-death stories. Everyone's like, it was the most peaceful I've ever been.
Yeah,
and at the end, I was just like, I am ready to go. And then they had to come back and
Yeah, and deal with this and do a podcast.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But that's but yeah, your brain. I don't know what is it. I mean, besides just being conscious of the fact that we're going to die.
I feel like it's just the nicest thing that we have evolved.
But why?
Is our
why does that happen? Why does our body ready us for death?
And that's the thing. It's weird that that's some sort of evolution thing, because doesn't evolution prepare you to survive, not to die?
But then you also see the
I
same
feel like it's the
phenomenon
same
with
thing with
dogs and stuff like
Dude,
that.
I'm
where
telling
they go
you,
and
when
hide
Teddy
under the
Bear
house.
passed, I felt like he was totally ready to go. The Pomeranian, Teddy Bear, R.I.P. I love Teddy Bear.
I don't want to do this.
We can't talk about
You're getting
it.
emotional.
No, I know. I love Teddy.
I don't want you to
Teddy
cry
was the
on
cutest
this.
Pomeranian of all time.
Yeah.
If he would have died from internal combustion, it would have been adorable.
Cool.
He is a flame, and he's running down, and he's got little poo-poos coming out of his butt that are also a flame.
I just wonder, but I think that animals have a more sort of direct idea of when they're going to die, but it's our brain kind of even though we know we're going to die, it's when we're ready. I mean, I'm also one of those people who believe that when I'm on my deathbed and I'm 86 because I'm going to die at 87, because from our psychic experience, and that I'm going to go kicking and screaming. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be one of those who's I've lived so many years. There's no reason for me to be around anymore. I'm going to be let me live! I don't want to die! Everyone's going to hate being around me when I'm dying.
Yeah, I can't wait. I hope to still be
I'm just
one of
going to
your best
grab
friends.
kids and be breathe into my mouth. Let me steal years from you. Please, for the love of God, let me drink your blood. Let me be human again.
No, I think that's the best way to live forever.
Well, absolutely. I mean, that's why I'm going to have my brain put into a robot body as soon as it's fucking available.
Good idea.
Yeah, it's a real good idea.
Fuck this
yours
shit.
is not. I don't care what a psychic says. It's not lasting 86 years.
This body is not for This body's not for, like, this is my starter body.
Yeah, it's
Right.
not a
You're
long
gonna move
distance body.
No. I'm going to get a better body than this. It's going to be a robot.
No, you have a great body. I think that, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, if you're going to go, though, it sounds like this combustion situation isn't that bad.
I don't know. It sounds like it's also incredibly painful.
Yeah,
No, because you don't know.
Your body can freeze up, but I'd imagine your mind is probably
This
still
is the
You're
deal,
still
though.
setting on
This
fire
is the deal,
from the
though.
inside
As
out.
soon as your body goes through an insane trauma like that, it just shuts down. You don't feel anything. You just go on. And frankly, then when you're above and your spirit self, you look down and you're like, oh my god, my
That's
body looks fucking
righteous.
awesome, dude. Yeah, like I ain't burnt to a crisp, man. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, you know. And
Another
then-
theory about spontaneous combustion is that the body contains an electrical field.
Yeah.
And that sometimes, and that the methane, it's another methane thing, is that the electrical field somehow ignites the methane in the body, like in the gastrointestinal tract. It ignites that, and then that ignites the
Has anybody
subcutaneous
ever
fat.
talked about like the fact that there's maybe like two groups of like military might going on in your body at all times, and like they fight and they battle, and then sometimes like a big explosion happens, and
I think that those people would be severely deluded, and they
would
would
be
be
dumb.
living in a sort of they would probably kill themselves
Oh.
because they were they're like, I've got to end the war.
yeah.
I've got to end the war.
It's
It blows
inside of
them
me,
right
so
out.
I better blow up the world. Yeah, that's the thing.
Just the fact that our bodies can just, I guess, randomly explode is kind of interesting.
I love it. I just wish I was walking down the street and I got splattered with a whole bunch of goop and blood like a Gallagher concert, and I'd be like, "Oh wow, that dude just exploded!" Like,
well,
right
I'm the
next
same.
to me.
It's like if I was going to commit suicide,
I guess
I'd
we should
take
just
somebody
move to
with me.
Afghanistan. Is basically what we're asking for.
Yeah, it's like we're like little IEDs.
Yeah, I just want little human IEDs running all over town.
They do have that. They do it with children. They take little kids. They line their clothes with grenades, and they walk up to American soldiers, going, "America, we love America, we love
Yeah.
America." They're like, "We've got to save this kid." And they pick up the kid, and boom, and he fucking blows up and kills everybody. Man,
So
you
that's
can't
human
trust anybody over there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that. I mean, yeah, that's the closest thing that I can think of right now to actually being able to humanly combust.
Yeah.
I just can't wait. Anyway, if you would combust, the amount of goop that would come out of your body, God knows, I feel like it would look like.
If you could just harness the energy that came off of me burning.
Oh yeah,
You could run this whole creek in the cave.
yeah, Creek in the Cave, Seattle. As a matter of fact,
Yeah,
the,
you
the
could
Space Needle could be completely full of electricity for decades,
That would be really
just
great.
based upon your blubber
I think
alone.
technically I would fix our energy crisis problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should humanly combust just for the world. Like,
I don't want to take my gift of laughter away from the world by just exploding.
That's a good point.
I don't want to take that away from people.
That's true, because people love you, Henry, and I don't want you to take that away from them either.
Well, people like extravagantly tolerate me. That's what I think, is that they're really into just like being fine that I'm around.
Drowning or humanly combust? What are you going to pull?
Humanly combust.
Marcus?
Humanly combust.
I'm going drowning. I'm just going to go drowning.
Well, this
Why?
is over then. The conversation's over.
Isn't it?
I just wonder. Our bodies are weird, and then
Your
what
body is weird.
My body is specifically.
My body's very weird,
strange.
too.
Do you think
Marcus
that?
has a good body.
Thank you.
Well, it's
I do manual labor.
it's the least
You
flawed.
work at a coffee shop.
I'm a dishwasher, so there's a lot of manual labor involved.
You do wash those dishes vigorously.
Yeah, I mean,
I saw you cleaning those windows too.
Yeah.
Oh, you cleaned windows?
I clean windows.
That's
yeah.
manual
I don't do windows. I gone to wash and wipe the windows. Remember that the Viper's coming?
love that, yeah.
The Viper.
All these people humanly combusting all over the windows. God damn it.
Man, really makes my Fridays tough.
I love it. Getting the guts out.
Have you ever been by yourself in the apartment and like waiting for something spooky to happen?
Yeah.
I'll sometimes sit by myself like late into the night.
That's why I always
Sure,
order
like-
Chinese delivery, and I'm like, in 30 minutes, something spooky's about to go
Something
down.
spooky is gonna happen. No, it's more like 45 minutes because when you get it inside of yourself, how long does it take you to eat Chinese food? It takes me a solid 7 minutes to eat.
I'm hanging out with
pound and a half of Chinese food.
I'm hanging out with Henry in Wall Street. He comes over. We're editing this video, and he orders some Chinese food. Okay, it's a one-man order.
She
six-
upsold me.
She did not upsell you.
She upsold
You were
me.
relatively easy to upsell.
Well, because she wouldn't understand me. I was like, can I get a small General Tso's chicken?
Okay,
And
first
she's
of all,
like,
the word
"You
small
won't."
did not come out of your mouth.
Yeah, yes, I did. Yes, I fucking did. I said pint of orange. pint of
Somehow,
General Tso's
a
chicken.
small General Tso's turns into 6 dumplings, a large General Tso's,
I ordered the dumplings.
an egg roll, a side order of rice.
Because, listen to me, you fucking asshole.
I'm just saying.
I ordered a small General
Did you?
Tso's
Because
chicken.
it's not what got delivered.
No, because she was like, combination plate? Combination plate? And I was like, no. I just want a small General Tso's chicken, and that comes away right. She said, combination plate, arrow. And I was like, I know that. I know it fucking does. Okay? And I was getting irritated with the woman, and in the end, I'm just like, I'm not going to be racist here. I'm just gonna take what you gave me.
You got outwitted by an immigrant.
Of course she did. Absolutely. They're working harder than us. She works for 18 hours a day
She's
slinging
good on the
egg rolls
phone.
to fat people.
And that's the thing is, she hung up. She was like, "Oh yeah, we got 6 egg rolls.
Oh, yeah, good, yeah.
We got 6 dumplings and a large General Tso's." Yeah, he's a stupid white dude. I told him I was.
It was
Asian.
just like a white man. It's
probably
like
that
acting like
Irish fellow who combusted.
Hello, guys. Chinese food?
Hey Johnny, I got you want that? This guy's gonna be a fucking easy mark.
He sounds blubbery. So anyway,
The other thing about spontaneous human combustion is that a lot of victims of spontaneous human combustion have a very high blood alcohol content when it happens.
oh no,
I mean, and I know. Look at you. No, I know. I'm standing next to fucking W.C. Fields here, and I smell fire coming from you.
I ain't never gonna stop drinking.
The more you sweat into that suit, I mean, the more damp it is, then the less likely it is you'll burst into flames.
Is that right?
I mean, I hope so.
I hope so. Yeah,
Because
Thank
it
God.
is disgusting. You're ruining the suit.
I know. It's from Calvin Klein. I got it from Jay Billis.
Who?
The ESPN commentator. I did a commercial with him, and he's exactly my size. And so this is Jay Billis's suit. He gave it to me because I told him, "Oh man, I don't have a suit." He's like, "Do you want my suit?" And I was like, "No." And then he's like, "Are you sure you don't want it?" I was like, "Well, I don't have one. I got to go to a wedding soon." So this is Jay Billis's suit.
Do you think the
Nice little
fact
story there. No one knows who Jay Billis is, but if there are people out there who know, and they'll be like, "Oh, that's a really great story, Ben. You must be doing very well." And you're right, I'm doing fine.
Do you think the fact that we are conscious of death and the fact that our brain sets us up for death, do you think that you think it's a two-way street? Do you think it's that there is an afterlife?
First of all, I want to say, read Lock and Key by this Hill and Rodriguez character. It's the greatest comic ever about the afterlife, in my opinion.
But it's not a factual book, it's a comic book for children?
There are no factual books about the afterlife. You fucking idiot.
I don't know,
factual
man.
books are about the afterlife. You can't write one when you're dead.
I'm just saying. I think it's like a chicken and the egg type conversation where it's like,
You know
do
what came
think
first? The cow. Hello.
You were derailing this because you don't want to get to the heart of a true. You don't want to get to a
You're
true.
off the podcast, man.
Fuck.
2 strikes. That's what you have.
Can
You
I
have
get
2
back
strikes.
on now?
Yeah, come on. We have to finish this conversation.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
But do you think it's a chicken and the egg sort of scenario where we fashion a model of the afterlife from our own brains, and that because our consciousness creates it, that it's real? Like, is it real? Like, even though it's created by our brains, right? The vision of the afterlife, the tunnel of light, going to see God, like being conscious of death. Do you think that in the end that's what makes it real? The fact that we think about it?
Here's something interesting that they have done scientific tests on this. They do it, I think, with astronauts and test pilots, where they put them in a spinning type thing. Like,
Yep.
You remember that scene in Spies Like Us, whenever they put them in that
Yeah,
spinning thing?
like G scope or whatever the fuck
something
it's
like
called,
that. But if they spin these guys long enough, then they will have an actual out-of-body experience.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
And
Are
there's
they
a lot of evidence about that stuff. That I nearly died or whatever that is.
Yeah.
Every single after, and it's really bizarre. They're all very similar.
Yeah.
I'm reading this book called The Secret History of Consciousness that's like kind of like talks about that. A lot of it, what it examines is sort of like what came. Does the brain make consciousness, or is consciousness the reason why there is life anywhere? Like, is consciousness its own thing and like sort of creates its own apparatus? And that they say that the brain like serves as like, you know, the information center of your body, of course, but the way it collects information is all separately, where like your optic nerves and your oral nerves and like all that work separately. They all collect different information in different parts of the brain, and what unites all of it into a big picture is something that no one can understand. And so a lot of people talk about that's what consciousness is, which is the thing that wraps up all the information to how you perceive reality. And that there's something to the fact that like astral projection happens. You know, there's been so much evidence of it. People have been talking about it for years and years and years. And the fact that your brain also knows the perspective of outside of you, I don't know. I feel like we're feeding off of something bigger. I feel like you feed off of something bigger, not a god, because that doesn't exist. Not a god with a personality, but there's something that connects.
There's so much shit that we don't understand yet. So much.
No, I mean, absolutely. I think that's very true.
I don't know. I just wonder, like, because this is what makes me think of it. It's like because something, it's a kind of a miraculous event. It's a biblical sounding event. Like someone just bursting into flames is something that, like, if and you could say that, like, a caveman, if it's happened through the course of human existence,
right?
A caveman watched somebody burst into fucking flames, like it just happened, or like they say like God punished this person, someone did this,
right.
And then this is a fucking recorded case of it. Police went and looked at it, and they're all just
this is literally the coroner's ruling.
Yeah.
Like the coroner ruled this cause of death, spontaneous human combustion.
I will say that's a great day for the coroner. That's a fun one to
Oh, yeah.
Oh, such a fun day.
Absolutely. It's like that or like eaten by boa constrictor.
That's a pretty great one, too. I guess you get to do a double autopsy there.
Consumed by boa constrictor.
You know what's funny is that case in 1992, I remember reading about that in Weekly World News.
Yeah.
Whenever I was like...
I loved Weekly World News.
Dude, I was obsessed with Weekly
World News.
I read it every single week.
No one read it.
It was so funny.
I read it.
We read it. You also read it at the supermarket.
I bought it.
I never purchased
$2.99. Oh, it was so good. My grandmother used to buy it, but she thought it was real, and it was fantastic.
The only time I ever purchased it was when they covered the Zodiac Killer, when the Zodiac had the copycat killings in New York.
That's the thing.
So many great things in the Weekly World News. All the time.
I will say, and I think as far as the afterlife goes, it's real. When you die, you don't die. That's my personal opinion.
Really?
Yeah, I think you become a ghost. Why not? Because it makes sense.
Do you think that, but in terms of, we just had a ghost adventure, right? Yeah. And we read a lot about ghosts. My personal opinion is that ghosts don't have a consciousness, that ghosts don't know that they're ghosts.
You're talking about energy.
Energy, and that what a ghost is just a memory on loop trapped in a space.
I mean, I don't know. Like I said before, I think that if you're a ghost and you stick around, I think it's because you died before your time. That's why it's mostly like murder victims, young children that die.
Is there such a thing as your time, though? Like, this is your time. As
human body goes, that's my opinion. I think if I get hit by a truck right out here on Jackson Avenue, I shouldn't be dead yet. I should die of a heart attack, so I'm going to haunt Jackson Avenue. And I'm going to go to Sweetleaf, the fantastic coffee shop, and I'm going to
you're going to ruin all our podcasts.
Yeah,
all the podcasts have taken over. Yeah. Oh, no.
What are you talking about? He dies, I lose half my shows.
Yeah, you got to stay alive. This whole thing's going to
gain triple the audience. That's sad. All right, everybody, that's been this episode. Henry, I must say, every time I do this show with you, you blow my mind. And you're a brilliant man. I think that your ideas, though, are very, very smart.
You just got to smoke bowls. You know?
I got to start smoking more bowls. I mean, isn't Henry just a brilliant guy?
I think you just got to smoke. I think you just have to smoke weed, watch only horror movies, a lot of time by yourself.
Yeah.
Just really shun a lot of connections with people. And you can get there. You can get to where I am. Do podcasts all the time.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the road to success. Listen to Henry.
Yep.
I'm going to follow his path. All right, guys. We're going to talk to you very soon.
Yeah. Hong Kong!
Yeah! Magustalations.
Rosh Hashanah, I hope it is a merry yet somber time.
That's right. Don't forget the pain.
Eat honey.
Is that what they do in Rosh Hashanah?
They do. They eat honey cakes.
I think we should edit out that cow thing.